I'm Lee Iridium. Hope you're doing all right. Album review time. I'm doing it from work. As you can see, I apologise for that. Not very professional, I know. In the car, at work. But I've got to get this review out here quick because it's just come out. And you need to know quickly, if you haven't heard it yet, how good this fucking album is. Flotsam and Jetsam. Man, I've been looking forward to this. 14th studio album. It was out on Friday, June the 4th on AFM Records. I'm stirring my tea, by the way, to annoy everyone. Classic thrash band from the 80s. Man, I can't believe how good this band are now. Now, my history with Flotsam and Jetsam isn't really one. There isn't really one at all. I remember hearing Doomsday for the Deceiver way back when I was a kid. Not liking it. But my tastes were different then. You know, I was like, in the 80s, I was into classic rock. Then the sort of glam sort of period as well. You know, melodic hard rock stuff. More than the thrashy stuff. So when I heard Doomsday for the Deceiver, it didn't do much for me at all. Then fast forward all these years. You know, well, in a few years after that, I got into Metallica. And then recently, especially got into newer thrash. I know Flotsam and Jetsam ain't new, but they've definitely, if you like, sort of their sound now is not the same. Thank God. You know, they've improved. They've sort of honed their skills. I mean, I know there's not many members left. I think the only original member is Eric Knutson, who is the vocalist. And I couldn't actually believe he's the original member. I was reading about this. I thought, you know, because the sound of his voice is so fucking great, so powerful. I thought, you know, he sounds a lot younger than what he is. But he can't be. He must be at least 50-something. Because I think 83, Flotsam and Jetsam might have been like, that was when they were first about, I believe, when they were formed. So he's got to be in his 50s, late 50s, maybe. But he's got a fucking brilliant voice. So he's thrash metal, this, but with a difference. Anyone who knows me will know that I like melody in my music, and Flotsam and Jetsam are going to appeal to so many people if you haven't heard them, because they've got everything. They've got heaviness, and I mean crushing heaviness, but along with that they never forsake it for melody. Melody is in every single song. The singer is singing. He's not shouting, he's not growling, he's not cookie monstering. It is completely up my street, completely, this thrash, and it's fucking heavy at the same time. The musicianship on this album is first class. Eric Knutson, I've already mentioned him, he's great. Michael Gilbert and Steve Conley on the guitars. Man, there is some serious riffing on this album. Some serious melodic playing, twin leads, breakdowns. It's got everything. This album has got everything you want from a heavy metal stroke thrash album. Bill Bodley on the bass, new bass player apparently, new to the band. First album he's recorded with the band. Does a fantastic job. Well, anyone who can keep up with Ken Mary on the drums does a fucking fantastic job. Ken Mary and Bill Bodley are one of the best bassists and drummers I've ever heard. They are brilliant. Ken Mary is just mental on the drums. I've never heard someone so busy on the drums, but keep it so fucking tight. This band are the bollocks, and I've only been into them probably for the last album I heard, but I sort of heard it once or twice, but only started listening to it a lot a few months ago. And then I went back and sort of got their more recent stuff. This album is just on par with anything they've done. It's fucking brilliant. So it's called Blood in the Water, and it's excellent. Let's just give it right off the bat. It's excellent. I'm going to run through each track. It actually kicks off with the first 3 singles, this song that were released before the album came out. My favourite one is the first song. My favourite of the singles, Blood in the Water, the title track. Crushing riffs. Then melody kicks in for the, well, not just for the rest of this song, the rest of the album. I love that bit in the pre-chorus. It's sort of, there's like a weird time signature where it's fucking speeding out and then it sort of slows down just for a few seconds, then goes back again. It's amazing. The whole song is fucking brilliant. Such a melodic, huge melodic chorus. One of my favourite songs, kicking off the album, Blood in the Water. Next up is Burn the Sky. Another single, fast again, crushing riffs. I love it how they give you sort of breaks from the hectic speed in this one. Like there's a mental speed to this song, but in the pre-chorus it sort of slows down, so it sort of grinds out, but it makes it even heavier. When you come out of them speedy riffs, which are heavy as fuck, and then it goes into that pre-chorus, it just makes it even heavier, but really melodic chorus again on Burn the Sky. Next up is the third single, Brace for Impact. Bracing for the impact. Bracing for the pain. Another fast song. All three singles, they just crushed it with those technical crushing riffs through the verses. Pure thrash, but with melodic tendencies all the way through. Great song. A Place to Die is next, another great song. Excellent galloping riffing going on. This is more of a medium to fast paced song. So the first three were just straight off the bat crushing fast. Then you get this medium to fast song basically. Great chorus, epic sounding, melodic as always. I don't even have to say it's melodic all the way through this album, by the way. Next up is probably my favourite song on the album, The Walls. It's a medium paced song, classic metal riff kicking off. Absolutely fantastic song. A galloping riff. I love a galloping riff in metal. That is pure metal when you gallop. And they gallop on this just like no one else. That's basically a 10 out of 10 song. The Walls is fucking brilliant. Next up, we have Cry for the Dead. Slower song to start with. And then sort of heaviness kicking in. This song sort of shifts from light bits to heavy bits, dark or light and shade I like to call it. Great heavy metal song, real epic feel, sort of slightly there's Eastern melodies going in the riffs. Amazing solo, by the way, and I've just got to say, the soloing throughout this album is just so fucking good. They come in and out, they swap, they do twin leads. It's just mental. Next up is The Wicked Hour, another fast track. Sort of some power metal overtones on this one. I don't mean power metal as in cheesy, happy shit. I mean dark power metal. It's sort of got that feel to it, but really fucking heavy still. Next up, Too Many Lives. Even more power metal territory, in my opinion. Some real technical riffing going on in this sort of medium to fast-paced song. A great song. Next up, we have Grey Dragon. Thrashy verses with a power metal type chorus again. So they do mix it up. You know, it is a thrash band. The basis of this is thrash. But there's tinges of like pure metal, new wave of British heavy metal, heavy metal. You know, there's tinges of that. But the basis of them are thrash. Frantic and fucking fast is Grey Dragon. Brilliant song. Next up is Reaggression, just as it says in the title. Very aggressive, pounding, fast. Nice quiet breakdown though, halfway through. Sort of breaks it up a little bit, and then of course builds up into a mental solo that's just fucking amazing. Undone is next. Nice heavy groove to this one. Medium pace song. Some fucking great double kick drumming from Ken Mary. He's just amazing. This is more of a heavy metal, pure heavy metal song. I love it. Undone is great. And then the last song is 7 Seconds Till the End of the World. Almost a sort of a black metal type riff at the beginning before going into a true thrash song again. Amazing drumming all the way through that song, well, all the way through the fucking album. Some cool odd time signatures as well on 7 Seconds Till the End of the World. A crushing album. A crushing album. One to compete for Metal Album of the Year, without a doubt. You know, when it comes to the thrash, who's doing it now? Who's fucking really delivering? It's got to be these guys. It's got to be Testament. You know, Heathen, I think, are another one. They're delivering some crushing albums. Death Angel. All of it very melodic, but really fucking heavy. So to get that balance where you have the heaviness, but the catchiness and the melodic side of the metal as well, is just amazing. Check out Blood in the Water, Flotsam and Jetsam. Couldn't recommend it enough. That's why I had to do this review. I had to do it quick in the car today at work. So committed. I'm so committed. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you've got the album, what you think of it. If you're going to get it, get it. Believe me.